Hey y'all, it's Ashley from I Have Plans for You. Stay tuned if you want to see how I used layering techniques to create this antique fall spread in my mini dashboard happy planner. Okay, so I have a few supplies that I'm going to discuss here. And obviously you need your planner pages. Whatever planner you have is perfect because when you are layering, you're not worried about staying inside of any one box. Okay, so when you ask about what size stickers fit what planner, throw that out the window. Okay, so I have a piece of scrapbook paper and I drew this paper. I provide these for my patrons every month. They get 3 of these hand-drawn papers, and this one is a plaid pattern that I made for them based off of the Autumn Enchantment stickers, which I also have a few of those stickers here. Or I guess I have all of them. So this is the Autumn Enchantment sticker. You can check out another video for all the details on that. But then I also have a few of the pumpkins that match these stickers and some of my old autumn stickers. And then I have a little doll. I used to do faceless dolls from time to time, so she kind of matched. We'll see if we want to use her. So I think I might go in with this set. It might be a little large, so we're gonna see. But obviously you'll need scissors because we do have this scrap paper. Maybe some glue because you could have printed this out on sticker paper, but I just printed it on regular copy paper. And I also have a pen, a marker in case I want to draw my boxes in because I like to do that sometimes too. I do have these boxes, but I was thinking of going for a more brown look for this spread. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with one of the first ways that I like to layer. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take my collage paper and I'm gonna show you how I would cover up this corner up on the right side of the page at the top that I never use. So I like the idea of taking pretty elements or kind of like well-polished elements and doing something vintage or kind of homemade with them. So in this case, I'm going to take the plaid paper and rip it and cover that corner. And then I'm testing out now to see where I want to put washi tape or any other elements. And it's important at this point to kind of make sure you have a cohesive set of things. So colors, motifs, your stickers, you want them to kind of maybe come from the same set or at least go together really well when you're creating clusters. So now you see me putting down that collage paper and I put the bow at the top. It kind of looks like a present and keeps that kind of like polished vintage feel. And then I'm going to take this washi, and this washi is kind of got these ripped edges on it. And these are just washi strips from my stickers. And I'm going to layer that bigger washi with a smaller piece of washi. And I don't like to do too much on my clusters because I like for it to stay cohesive, but I do like to put at least one of each motif on the page for my first big cluster. And so you see I've added that flower. You notice I haven't added a cup yet, but I am adding the color of the marker that I've decided to use and using it in the way that I know I want to use it. So those cups actually have the motifs of the flower on them. I drew the flowers first in a planner spread, and then I shared it on Instagram and people really liked it and asked if I would create stickers. So the flowers came first and then I added them to the cups. So now I have that motif on the right side of the page and I'm trying to figure out what I can add on the left to draw in those colors so that the spread stays cohesive. So I have one big coffee cup at the bottom, and then I have this kind of cappuccino cup at the top. Also use clusters to cover up words or sections that you don't normally use in the way that the planner spread has intended for you to use them. You see me doing that with that piece of washi there. And that to me is a cluster. A piece of washi layered on top of or on bottom of anything is a cohesive cluster. So now I have this flower and I'm trying to see where I want to place it. Now, one little tip that you can see me doing here too is we don't want our clusters to be too close together, and we want to make sure they're spread around the page in an even way. So if you notice, I kind of have a few on one side of the page. I have one on one side, and I'll be adding more, but you won't see me put them too close together so that it's very clear that they are individual clusters of stickers on the page. So now you're going to see me do another thing that I really love to do, and that is draw in my boxes. I really feel like the drawn in look looks really good with this sticker set because it does kind of have a vintage, homey kind of feel. And this color brown really pops with the colors in these stickers. So choose a color for your stickers that pops in the same way or gives you the same vibe throughout the spread. That's how I choose my colors, is I'll kind of have a vibe that I'm going for. And I like how that cluster looks like, that box looks like it's a window right now. So I'm seeing how I can put a flower there, because if it's a window, there might be a flower outside of the window. So we're going to test that out and see. Now, keep in mind that I am trying to show you how to do clusters. So this spread will consist entirely of clusters. I don't always do that, but for the sake of this spread, and I do think it's really cute when I see that, and I've done that in the past, this entire spread will be made up of clusters. So you can see here too that one of my favorite things to do is kind of like double up layer my washi. That's kind of the reason why I provide the 2 different size washis when I make those washi strip sheets too. That's what's in my head. Of course, that doesn't have to be what's in your head. But now I'm going to go ahead, since I have that really pretty cluster up there that I really like, I'm going to add more sections that kind of play off of that section to ensure that the spread is cohesive. So I'm adding my boxes first. And then I'm gonna go and add more stickers to cluster and layer on top of there. But I added the boxes first because all of these are stickers. I don't have any actual washi tape. Even the washi stickers are stickers here. So I know that I can cover them up and it won't be anything poking through. I'm trying out the doll, but she's actually a little large. This is a mini size dashboard happy planner spread. So I'm trying to stick to the smaller motifs. Now let me tell you something here too. When I layer over boxes, and the reason I'm struggling to see where I want to put this kind of cappuccino cup down is because when I layer over boxes, I like to cover the entire corner of a box. And I'll show you a little bit more about what I mean there. So you see this flower, how that corner of that box is sticking out. I don't like that, me personally. Now, if you want to do that, that's fine, but I personally don't like that. And that's why I'm kind of moving the stickers around to see how I can fit them on the boxes. So it looks like that box is coming out of the flower and the flower isn't just plopped on top of it. Now, another bow would look really cute in this spread, but I'm trying to see how I want to place that on the page. I'm thinking about how to keep things kind of symmetric on the page, because I have those 2 bows that are already the same color at the top. Even though they're not the same size, they're the same color and they're placed in the same kind of area on both pages. So I'm not sure I'll go with the bow, but I'm gonna place this other flower down, and I like the symmetry of those going in a line. It kind of looks like a V coming from both sides of both pages of this spread. And again, for those of you who I hear say you don't know what to do with your washi, layering, layer with washi. Something I often add as a final touch to a cluster or a final touch to a page is the washi. And I can do another kind of like part of the pretty planning series where I do a washi only spread. I've done those before and they can be really pretty. So if you don't know what to do with your washi, this is a great idea, but I can also show you more ideas as part of this series. And you see, I just layered on the bottom of one of the boxes with washi and on the top of another because I don't like to be too matchy. And you see, I'm trying to go back in and figure out a place to put another bow, but I decide against it because we do have those two bows that are the same. I really want to place this coffee cup. It's a little large, so it's getting a little tricky of where to put another coffee cup, but I really feel like I need one on this side of the page because the other side has two cups, and even though the flower motifs are the same, having that extra cup there helps with the cohesiveness. Okay, now I'm going to go in and use my Tombow Fudonosuke marker in that same brown color and draw in these little boxes. I use these sometimes as check boxes, but most of the time on this side of the page, they're just lists, but I just add them for a little bit of a creative flair. So I don't always actually use a check mark on these boxes. They're just a spot to mark where I will start to write. On the left side of the page, as you see on that task section, those will be check boxes every time for me. And I want to use this time to reiterate that you want to go ahead and put your boxes down or use your marker to show kind of all the colors in your spread before you get too carried away with your clusters. So I added that last cappuccino cup down there, mostly because I wanted to use that entire sheet. And it looks cute there, so that's wonderful for us. But now I'm, done and I have an empty sheet. And I'm looking around to make sure there's no more motifs that I want to add. I do feel like I need a little bit more of that plaid paper, so we're going to add it to the cluster at the bottom, especially since we hadn't tied any of that plaid paper onto the left side of the page. So once I add that, then we're gonna be pretty much done. I do need to add date covers because I did pull these pages from another planner because y'all know I had that other mini dashboard that had those colors going down the center, and I didn't want to deal with having to remove those colors anymore. So now I'm gonna grab another book and add the date stickers from it. So this is just the Numbers and Days foiled book from Agenda 52, and I bought this at Hobby Lobby. I love buying books that have dates and days of the week and months in them. So I'm just checking and seeing what colors I like, and they just so happen to have a pink that is super duper close to the pink that's in the stickers in this spread. And once I add these dates, I will be all done. Remember that all of these stickers are available in my shop at IHavePlansForYou.com. All of my stickers are hand drawn. And so if you like these planning videos and you want to learn how to doodle and hand letter like I do, then please subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the like button below. All of the supplies and stickers that I use will be linked below, and I'll also include links to my email list, Patreon, and Instagram. See you all later.